this 2020 Vision Part 2, the class is still Guides to Better Living. Guides to Better Living, the Sunday class has always been designed to be kind of a motivational, inspirational, type of class makeup. And that's what this one will be, inshallah. So we want to talk more this time about what's going on here and what our plans for in Oakland is, and just an analysis of where we are as a community and where we're going to go, inshallah. First of all, there are certain things that motivational thinking, they call them affirmations. Affirmations, affirming, where you're coming from and where you want to be. And you affirm, technically, they're affirmations. No. As long as I don't move. Affirmations are like, if you were doing it as a group, you would say, our group is a good group. Our group is, our planning is based on goodness. Our organization is based on service to the community. So you would be affirming that you exist, but you exist for the good of humanity. And that you won't allow anything that happens to you to reshape not only your thinking, not only your beliefs, but your activities. Remember, this system, you remember the little stuff that go on around here, the little stuff? And we was talking on the phone and I was saying, don't pay no attention to that, because automatically you would think, well, if we feed people and we spend our time cooking food, buying the food, because you have to buy the food. They don't have no giveaway down there at the store, right? If we do all of that, well, the community should love us and should respect us. Well, the people that's breaking in and stealing, doing little nickel and dime stuff is not the community. That's why several years ago, it's going way back, a so-called fight was engineered. The guy behind the engineering, first of all, let's look at it as the mother. The mother brought a guy by here that used to be from Leavenworth to do some electricity on our house. Well, what would he be doing on our house? Based on who she is, her son that was 17 is the one that engineered this incident with the people up on the hill. Remember that? Several years ago. But he was telling me, well, they was messing with the little brother of my grandson. He was young at that time, 9, 10, something like that. And 11, and I was looking out for him, because that's my brother. That's bull crap. Now, the Masjid was full of people at that time. So brothers the next day came in. They supposedly attacked 2 of the brothers. We're supposed to respond. I said, absolutely not. No. The government want to start a problem with us and the people on the hill. Now, the people on the hill, that hill right there, you have to imagine, I'm going by moving here. When we said we was going to move by this building, I watched the building right next door change. The building changed over and everybody living there was a snitch. Right there in that building. Why? Because they can look right out the window, they can do everything. They was breaking windows in the car. I get another Volvo, they break windows. The back, why they break the window? The cars is open. Just like they broke them up on 8, they would break windows. They would do stuff, flatten tire, all of that stuff to cause you to feel right oppressed, and for you to get mad at the people. But what I always knew, it wasn't the people. If it was 100 people live up on the hill, 10 of us, the police. Or are they working off cases? Half the people in D.C. in those days either was on paper or in prison from D.C. So if you want to get snitches, you just rape the whole neighborhood like the Israelis do. They arrest all the Palestinians over and over and over again, and eventually they're going to get some snitches. They're the Palestinians. All they do is get them to snitch once on some little thing, or we don't want you to tell us much. But once they tell them a little thing that's recorded, now they got them. They got to do big stuff. Because if we play this to the rest of the Palestinians, they're going to kill you. Right? So all they do, they get you hooked with just doing one little thing. Those Negroes on the hill, if it was 100 niggas on the hill, 10 of them was the police to guide and direct, like they do demonstrations. Any demonstration you see in Iran against the government, right? If it's against the government, you could imagine how many of them are directing that demonstration against the government from America. All of us here and in Iran are miracles. We're miracles. Because, first of all, in America, nobody has the longevity that we have. They just don't have that longevity. The longevity gives you the ability to identify patterns of behavior. It wasn't nothing new to me. When I was coming from London back to South America, I was on British Airways. Let's say this is 72 or 73. There's a Malaccan guy, Indonesian, sitting there. Then there's a white girl sitting right in the middle, and I'm sitting at the window. And before we get to, this is a long flight, we land somewhere in the islands, and we land in Colombia. And the white girl's job is to get me to go with her to her stop, not in Bogota, because I've been in Bogota so long and I got so wise to what's going on, they don't want me in Bogota anymore. So they use a white girl as bait, and she's touching all the cues. Yeah, my family didn't like what I was doing because I was going with a Paki boy, on a Palestine, with a Paki boy. That's our folks, Pakistan, yeah. She's letting me know she's not prejudiced, she's da-da-da-da-da, and the whole conversation. Now, part of it is the guy sitting next to her in the aisle seat is drinking, and he's actually drunk. So the white stewardess asked the white girl, do you want us to move you? There's a nigga here, and then there's this drunk Indonesian. Shouldn't be drunk because he's from Indonesia, so he's a Muslim, but who cares, Right? She was emphatic. No. This is a seat I want. I'm supposed to be here. They done seated me here. The white girl. Remember I told you about the yellow girls and what? Yesterday, if I tell anybody where I'm going, so I took my two daughters to IHOP. And you can hear them talking on the phone. The prettiest, straight hairs. She was so high yellow, she was almost white. Yesterday. If I said, okay, I'm going to take my family to the seafood place. What's that big seafood?
Was it Cameron's?
Huh?
Cameron's?
Not that one, that's the other big one. Red Lobster. They like to go there. I don't like to go because you can't leave without a $90. Of course, I never eat, you know, but they eat. And it's expensive. But you want to take the family. Where you want to go? Where can you eat? To my lap. Well, I want to go to Red. Last time I was there, and everybody know we're going there, when we're getting seated, it's the high yellowest woman with wavy hair with green eyes. Just the kind of niggas like, right? I'm telling you, they think I'm an old-time dark nigga and I like yellow girls. They're not wrong. They're not wrong at all. I like all kind of women. They ain't never looked at my portfolio. I had women in Jahiliyyah. Miss Mary was darker than any bag you can. She was the darkest woman in the world at that time. You know. But they don't look at all of that. They just say, and all the women I was associated with was all in the medium class, you know, from choice. I just, technically I hung around with all of my friends that was women, and we partied and we did this, that together. I used to take a whole crew out, you know. The Temptations was in town, Sam and Dave was in town. I'd take them all over the Winterland, you know. They used to call me Ho Hog and Hank because all the pimps wanted to pimp them women. I said, these are my friends, nigga. Y'all can't be pimping them. Well, why don't you pimp? I said, I used to say, do you know how much money, how much a woman would have to have an elastic vagina to make the kind of money that you made, you know what I mean? In those days, I don't know how much money they make now. It can't be as much as we made then. But what this was social. I said, man, I ain't no, I said, I don't know no rich pimps myself. I said, I don't know no. That's when pimps was really making money. I said, I don't know no rich pimps. But anyway, the point was, is that they think that you have a certain picture of women. I went to Starbucks. I'll get back on the subject. And so this nice looking young lady was just grinning and talking to me, and I'm in this movie. Was it the TV program they had at that time? It was about the President of the United States, the one that was a sissy undercover. It's real.
House of Cards.
House of Cards. That was House of, yeah, I had a scene. She probably was one of those people walking down the street, but I was in House of Cards, and now my agent is da 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 da. So my daughter was with me. She said, Dad, who was that woman? I said, well, dear daughter, that was the yellow woman, and the police think your daddy liked yellow women. So I said, do you notice everywhere we go, if I announce it ahead of time, they got a yellow woman there or something? I don't know what it is. I have never fallen for that type of trap. You know what I mean? It's a trap. But, hey, that's a nice looking woman. Sometimes it may be accidental. Like yesterday may be an accident, but I don't think so. I think that if they know I'm going there, and when they sit down, they sit right in front of me, where I gotta look. It's always like that. And then my ex-wife is probably the one coordinated, because them, Abdul Malik, them, all those school days Negroes, I call them school days Negroes, because they all have that You remember that movie School Days? That about everybody. They have that look, or jungle fever look. Jungle fever, you know, where the Negro lady is throwing what's her name stuff out the window, and she says something about, even in school, you and your brother wouldn't date nobody but the lightest women. She was the lightest one, but she wasn't white, you know. And you know, I told the dummies, the people in Oakland, it was a white woman trying to marry me. I said, and now this is in the 80s, so we were still in a black, you know, type of mentality. All the movie stars, all the basketball players was running off with white women. So I told the community in Oakland, and I said, I wouldn't marry the woman because the main reason is because she's white. And I told them the reason. Now, that reason is long gone now, but I wouldn't marry because I wouldn't feel comfortable speaking to nobody about the issues, because there's still a tinge of blackness in the Islamic thought at that time, you know. And I said, I'm a so-called leader of the community. I'm not going to marry no white woman. I'm just not going to do it. And they all heard that. But that don't mean that they make their plans on stuff like that. But anyway, the point I'm making is they study everybody in detail. And they would have people do stuff around here and anywhere to bring your mind to those things. If you respond to the community, why should we work in the community? They don't respect us. The community do respect you. The people that's doing that is government agents. They're not the community. The community, the people that's breaking it, break windows and do all that stuff, they are not the community. They're the police. To make you feel uncomfortable in your own community. That's the purpose of it. That means that if you associate them, the people you're supposed to be rescuing, with what's going on, that means eventually you will psychologically turn against the community. Your motivation and your organizational structure won't be on love and kindness. It'll be based on, you gotta lock everything up because them niggas steal. It'll be them niggas. That's why we told them it must have been, it was at least 15 years ago, wasn't it? I say, we ain't gonna, I put it as a question, do y'all think we should do something? So what's the name there? They all packing, got their guns? We want it up. I said, you can't get that nigga to come and, do nothing, but they, when it comes to doing something to the Negro, they ready to do it. Not that, see, it's easy to mislead the people. Suppose we would have responded. Now, you have to look at the people that was attacked. Was it their job to get attacked? Were they participating in the attack? You never know. I can't find them now. They was all bloodied up and everything. And then the people that want to respond, can't find them either. Therefore, what was they trying to do? Now imagine. At that time, it was our people living in apartments and around, And we're all here at the Masjid. We come here 5 times a day. We got this house, we got that house by then. And we was working on that house down here where I live. We're sitting ducks, right? And we go up there and shoot 2, 3 niggas. We would win the first round. We'd knock them out of the box till next week. Why? Because anything done in the 90s to niggas, they came back. Remember all the signs on, rest in peace, Johnny Boy. Rest in flowers all over the city. All the Negroes going down the street in the little carts where they got shot. You know, the little electric motor things.
Yeah.
Man, our community, hey man, that was a treacherous time. And they wanted us to get involved in the time. So we would be involved in the sequences of events out of our neighborhood, but we wouldn't be able to effect the events, change the events, right? Improve the things in the community. That's why the movement does not allow past events to have any influence on their future thing. Whatever they're doing in the future, it should be based on where we want to go, what we want to do, right? Never based on the past events. Remember, we've always talked about shaping and herding. They do a little bit of something. They have done it to the foreign country with perfection. Do a little here, do a little there. The immigrant community is not all police. All the management around all these Masjid, they're not all the police. They're just doing what the police tell them. Why? Shaping and herding. They have the attitude, they have the behavior, right? They all do what the government would want them to do. That's why the little white woman, cold pink lady, Medea Benjamin, they're the ones out demonstrating. I haven't heard of any of the Muslims, even Iranians, coming out. Maybe they are, they just don't call us. But I haven't heard of that. Why? First time I spoke with that lady, I'll tell you where it was in Detroit about 6-7 years ago. She had wrote a book on Saudi Arabia or something like that. This was at the conference, the Al-Bayt conference, the Indo-Pakistani community, Muslim Congress. The Muslim Congress was supposed to be founded on support of Vilayati Faqih. You just never heard anything about it. They never mentioned it.